Everybody, welcome to your weekly call. My name's Lee Honish. Welcome to Home Advocates. Welcome to your marketing video for December 7th, 2021. Today, we're talking about one of the most powerful tools that you have, and it's one of the greatest values, I think, of the system, and that's Google, right? You guys all know that typing in Home Advocates will get you the main company page. Wow, we dropped below Facebook. That's a rarity. But all three of these, right? As simple as that. All of our products come up at the top of the page, including our Facebook page, which is interesting that moved above the other. But the question that came up yesterday, if you type in, right? I want to get the spelling right. All right. You're going to wind up, there you are on page 1 and highlighted. For all of you who lack a website, this is a great little feature. So I know for a fact Antonio has bought other things like websites. I'm not, did I get everything spelled correctly? I'm still going to beat all this stuff, right? He's on my Facebook page. He's on my, he's got a YouTube video from yesterday's latest video, and he's on Home Advocates. And then it's everything else, including his own website. Sorry, that made me very happy in a strange way that I'm beating your website. It's kind of awesome. Yeah, it is, right? So let's break down Antonio, who's doing all the bits and pieces, right? Number one, he's adding content, which is why Facebook and YouTube have that video up. Again, when somebody Googles you, if you're doing the whole, hey, yeah, open up your phone. My name's Lee Honish. I'm a home advocate. Go ahead, type it in, right? You could put it in either order. It's not going to matter. I mean, just so that we don't get hung up on this. If you're watching the video, I'm sure there are some that will go, well, it was not, they would type in your name first. Okay, they'll type in my name first, whatever. They're the same search, right? The first thing that comes up is going to be a piece of content. That takes power over Facebook and Home Advocates ridiculously, right? So the value of creating that is amazing. I just picked Antonio because I knew that he had his own website, and he has other links, and he's got pictures. He's got a lot of information in. But how is it that a guy who's only done, you know, like 3 pieces of content for him, everything that I've done rips right above everything that he's paid for in the past? Think about this. Whatever you think you have, Don was looking himself up. We were looking up Tina. If you've bought other things in the past, right? See, the interesting thing is, and I don't know this, I'm just doing it on the fly. If I just type in Antonio's name, where does he fall on all my stuff? And it doesn't, right? So it's, although my video still comes up, that's in place for him. So he's got, my content is above the last piece of content he actually did, which is interesting. So all the other info is above that. It's good. It should be invested in it. Yelp should beat me for that matter, right? I mean, that's just realistically speaking. It's good. It's all his information from being an agent. The minute you add the word, I'm a home advocate. Think about the power of this. What are you? I'm a home advocate. That means I'm better at buying or selling than anybody else because I'm your advocate, right? I mean, that's the reality. And that's what we're talking about here. So use this, right? So it's the holiday season. As a member of Home Advocates, right, you're put on the front page. That's why starting, it was supposed to start this week. I'm just behind, or it's the holidays and I'm not exactly sure what's going on at the moment. But the reality is, for all of you, you're going to be at parties, you're going to meet people, and you're going to get asked the question, what do you do? You're thinking one-dimensionally when you say the word home advocate. You're thinking, and I'm shooting this content today and next week on purpose with the people I do podcast for, which, by the way, you guys are all fools for not taking advantage of the $100 a week marketing. Literally, you're a fool for not taking advantage of it because you're looking at it on the screen. It played out. Same for Jane, same for Terrell, right? And Jane's bought websites as well, right? Content we shot. She's listed on Home Advocates. I'm going to tell you why this is important. You're going to be in situations throughout the next 3 or 4 weeks around people, and you're going to get the opportunity to not say you're a real estate agent or a realtor. You have the ability to say you're a home advocate. So we just started this week's content. Antonio, feel free to prep, is buying a house, right? I just did it with Jane and I got drawn into it, right? I wanted at one point to move to Florida, and we got into that discussion about where and what my daughter, I want to live on the beach. What is that going to cost me? Is it the same as California? And et cetera, et cetera. You're a home advocate, right? Don't think it in one-dimensional terms of I help people who miss payments. Think of it as I'm different than everybody else and I can back it up on the internet, right? And Don just looked this up himself, right? Right? Page 1, Don Ross, Don Betts. Right? The power of that. Hey, just pull out your phone. Lee Honish, Home Advocates. Boom. You're on line 1. This is so much credibility. I don't think you guys realize how powerful the persuasion moment is when you can do this. Someone tried to back this up by saying, well, my cell phone's number in there. They don't know you. A phone number will look up a lot of people, or my name, or, whatever. I want to control what they see. This is control of what they see. As simple as that. So why shouldn't you be the natural choice for a traditional buyer or a traditional seller as well? Right? You're a homeowner advocate. There's a lot of power to that message. And all of you as members, right? You are now Google line 1. And, I keep saying it, unlike the rest of the websites that I look at, you're on a ranked Alexa indexed website that's growing in size because we use Google. My Alexa just went on. She heard me. Sorry. She's talking to me. I don't think you guys can hear it. Alexa's very mad I used her name. The reason I bring that up, don't get mad at me for what I'm about to do, Antonio, and I'm going to show why my stuff ranked over his website. This is Antonio's website. There's nothing wrong with it. It's really good, right? But nobody goes to his website. Simple as that. My job, hired by my client, Antonio, is to get more people to see him. The only way to get people to digitally see you or get you ranked on Google, right, is very simple. You create content, you put it on a high authority website, Facebook, YouTube, you tie them all together. That's a powerful combination. That's a powerful combination. I don't think any of you are going to websites and actually checking to see if people go on their website like me every time. That's fine. But with real estate agents, this is a really common thing. I'm going to see if I can get this up. Let me get a page up over here. I thought about this yesterday. Everybody just buys. I'm going to show you what somebody's spending at least. I don't know exactly what they're paying, but to me, it's hilarious. Maybe one of you knows. I'm going to put it up on the screen and hopefully she won't be on the call. I kept it for sure. Jeannie Russell. Here it is. So let's just go with this. This is Jeannie Russell. I've worked with her for years. She's not going to watch this. I don't think she's in this group. She's a monster person, right? So first of all, she made the title wrong. Are you ready to? Ready to? Ready to? Ready to? All one word. Ready to sail. Bad English. Bad English. This wasn't spell checked. Nothing was done, right? And she sent this to her list. She sends about 2 a week to her list. But this is the one that caught my eye, right, with the RCA team. And she's actually still got my CDAT cert. I created SFR, so I guess I can't be that upset about it. And she still got my old CDAT logo up. So, whatever. This is the company website that she put on there, which is straight to her client reviews. Good for her. It's one review. Is it more? Oh, she's got more than one. Good. 2, 3. That's good, right? How many people go to our website? Almost nobody. She's ranked in the top 5 million. She's probably getting 1 person a day on her website or 2. And the content she's sending out to previous people she's worked with, right, is the part that makes this the most interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of power in understanding. I mean, just perceptionally, this is messy and wrong. I don't know what you guys are doing that you think will inspire people. I don't. But you need them to take action and contact you digitally through the web. And the only way I know of to do that is by creating content, by saying things that are slightly outside of the box, right? And if you can find an effective manner, this is why I didn't understand why you guys didn't take advantage of that $100 a week thing. I don't know how you can get this any cheaper or get the views that I'm after, right? We've showed it before. The goal is to get seen by 500 people a week. The question is, how long does that take before they start dialing the number? Doesn't matter, because we hammer the home advocates thing and Antonio's name at the end of the day. I don't expect anybody to pop or turn immediately from watching one video. And I'm not chasing other real estate agents. You're thinking like an agent and not a homeowner, right? Because it's actual content, I'm able to put it in groups that are completely buy-sell groups, or homeowner groups, or renter groups, or Bay Area housing in Antonio's case. He got one of his videos just got approved for this week, like for a South Bay housing group, which I was blown away. They've turned down content before and now they're taking it. So go figure. If it reaches one person who is a viable lead, it's great content, and that's all that matters. But none of you think in those terms, which is why it's better to cover as many people as you can every time you put a piece of content out and have a firm landing base for all of it, right? My favorite fact is you're all Google front page 1. Now give them content, back it up. Be a buyer, be a buyer's agent, be a seller's agent, be a probate agent. I'm going to systematic, like as I do the podcast for people, it's simple. Like Antonio and I are going to talk today or tomorrow about me living in the South Bay and the advantages to it. Where do I want to go and what gets the best bang for the buck? It makes him look like a homeowner advocate as a buyer's agent. You're thinking one-dimensionally with the mispayment. I think you guys should take over your own little town. It's good to be king and have your own way. Follow me for more tips, as they say. But yeah, you guys should start making weekly content on some level, right? I haven't even switched this to podcast yet. I haven't, and those will get picked up just as quickly. Content gets picked up by Google. I can't keep saying this loud enough and fast enough. YouTube and Google are, right? They're married and joined at the hip. Facebook and Instagram are married and joined at the hip. Toss in a podcast, iHeartRadio or Apple, you're jamming all the biggest search engines with your content. I don't know where along the way that real estate professionals of all different breeds, colors, size, shapes, and jobs came up with the notion that it's best to buy ads. That's a lie, right? And don't get me wrong, I buy ads. I just don't buy them at the same volume or quantity or price that everybody else does. I buy ads every week. Half of what I'm paid to do marketing for people is invested back into the clients for their marketing every week, right? There is this literally in this experimental phase, my biggest goal is to make sure that everybody gets seen 500 times. I want to see how long it takes for that funnel to start, where the traffic starts to increase, where the clicks start to increase. It matters. The content matters constantly. And especially back to Tina's question of going out and meeting people during this holiday season. I know I'm going to get cornered when I'm not care. I went down below and it was art walk or the tree lighting or whatever the hell it is they do in Little Italy. It was crowded is what it was. But I'm not carrying a card with me when I'm out doing that. So if I encounter someone who asks me what I do, I don't think you understand the power of I help people with real estate problems, or I fix broken real estate, or I help people who've missed payments, or I'm a homeowner advocate. What's that mean? It means I help people with real estate. I think people are tired of real estate agents. I think they're tired of sales pitches. Be different. I would recommend that you guys all read Red Marketing this holiday season. I'll see about getting it up and in to the Think Like Lee portion, but Red follows this, right? It's about following the trends and the guidelines of what your particular clients are after, for sure. But what it is more importantly, right? It's understanding the media and the trends and the content you create, but more importantly, and they talk about this, it's having a message that's one step outside of the box. And trust me, saying you're a homeowner advocate instead of a realtor is way more powerful. It's what I truly believe this. I truly believe that this is the NAR fantasy scenario, that one of their letter designations gives you the power to go out, right? Because they can turn around and sell it for $1 million. You got agents, not you guys, but agents in general would pay for that. Nobody is providing the level of marketing you're currently getting on a direct basis, on a referral basis, on a coaching basis, as much as we are. In fact, we're the prices we've set on the 3 program entry points, right? The done for you thing that I'm doing where I record the podcast and do all that stuff, right? The $100 a week program. That's a year of marketing at $100 a week. And I'm spending most of that on advertising. Why? Because I'm in the test period of Red Marketing. And until I see how long it takes for it to generate a result, and a result to me, with this particular program, it's going to come out like a referral. So it's going to be a listing. So when Antonio finally gets a call or he gets a note about somebody following their video, that's a client. It's no longer my concern when somebody, right? It's now on Antonio, right? When he's contacted in those situations. That's different. I get people more of what they want. What Antonio wants are qualified people in the, the Los Angeles County area that are interested in buying or selling, period. let's just cut to the chase. That's what you're after, right? Because that generates the commission. And so if I generate those leads, and how long does it take? And how, right, which is why I'm investing so much effort into the Red Marketing program. And I'm backing it up by giving you a listing, right? So your risk of putting the $5,200 in for the entire year, which is more or less like an escrow, I'll give you a listing. If it doesn't produce, I'll give you a listing before the end of the year. I already know that it will, right? It won't be long before somebody tells Antonio that they're watching his videos or they like what he's putting out or whatever it is. And then that creates an audience. The audience turns into your base. They can type in home advocates and they can type in Antonio's name, just your first name, in fact, or Don Betts or Jane Saunders, right? I'm just saying back it up with more. More is better, right? So what I'm doing for everyone is something that you can easily do. Shoot a video, 15 minutes, make it a TED Talk, pick a topic, stare at the screen like this, like I just did for the last 15 minutes, do a TED Talk. But you're probably going, but Lee, I can't be like you. Cool. Pull up a news story and read the news story. And then ask people to call you if they have any questions about the story. Nobody asked you what you think, so you don't have to tell people what you think. I think it would be okay, personally. No, I know it would be okay if you had an opinion when they call you, okay? And you can form an opinion because you're a home advocate. I believe in everybody that's in our program. Every one of you I believe in. Okay, there's nobody in here where I'm like, bah. Don't put them around the sharp knives. Put a cork on that fork. They might hurt themselves. You're all very capable. You're all very brilliant. I believe in all of you. This particular, my first 10% of my goal, I'm very happy with all of you. Some of you are doing mistakes with marketing pieces that we've seen historically. They aren't anything crazy. Derek is probably too nice and probably gives too much of his time and himself to everyone in the sake of making customer service the key. In reality, we're very reachable. I'm very happy to have Fred on board and be able to provide that as an additional service to all of you. So now if you have questions about loans, we've worked out short sales. We're working out whatever it is that they're going to do in January, right? If they do loan mods, we will have that for a product that you can go out and offer it to people and get some money for your time and service. I don't want everybody doing loan mods, right? Forbearances and everything else, you can help them with it, or you can get them referrals for attorneys. If that's a thing, I'll have to create an attorney referral network. Whatever it is, we will prepare for it so that you are positioned. Because if you can't see the writing on the wall or you don't know the writing on the wall, I mean, even being in the program, I get it. Perhaps I'm just an awesome sales pitch person. And you watch this and you're rewatching the videos, right? Going, oh, the market's still fantastic. You can keep telling yourself that, okay? I'm very concerned about open doors, stock crash. We already know about Zillow. We already know about Wells. We already know about the numbers. We already know that they're talking about printing less money. We're in a bubble, an economic bubble. Real estate will take a hit when the bubble comes due, no matter which sector it hits. What you guys failed to see about the beginning of the crash, there are so many bubbles in so many different fields, which is why the bigger investors are going, there are too many bubbles. We're going to have a real everything bubble. That's a problem. Printing $1 billion a month, I believe, if I'm not, or $1 trillion a month. I don't even know what crazy number we're printing. And that's to stay even. This is real estate won't keep going, right? That's why I kind of laugh at real estate agents. You guys have basically given housing over to investors. You've removed realtors. That's the truth. Those houses that went to those larger firms are not coming back. You no longer have REOs. In my lifetime, I have seen REO agents be a thing to not being a thing. So what do agents do? Well, I'll do probate. Good luck with that. Right? Fight over expireds and over the bones. Look at what the top agents do, and I'll keep saying it. The number one thing top producers all do is create content. It's huge. It's huge. You cannot be an undercover agent, period. You have to physically create content if you want more than one listing every couple of months. I believe you can do our system and still be successful and get up to a listing. But if you want to go after the big money, you got to create content. People have to know who you are and what it is that you do. There you go. If you have any questions, contact me down below. I'm going to answer questions here in this room for the rest of the day. But if you're watching this on video, go create some content. I don't know. Derek sends out these emails. So knowing him, he's going to see this as an opportunity to probably put another person in red marketing. So if the link's down below, go ahead. If you haven't joined our program, the links are still down below because I haven't made up my mind probably on when to start our new pricing program, because I'm going to make people pay $250 a month to be on the front page of our website. They're going to get the basic 12-step program, maybe a couple of other methods. They're not going to get the call center. They're not going to get the automated call center that you all get. They're not going to get the postcard system. They're not going to, they're not getting, you guys are the test group. So the people that are in now are sort of the group that I'm always going to test my stuff with at cost or fees and make it available to all of you. So if you're in, you're in. If you're not, when I go to that monthly thing, cool. Because we all know this, when the market goes bad, real estate agents will pay $10,000 for crap, right? They do. It's a historical fact. The desperation from investors and real estate agents to stay in is a real thing. And then they'll overpay for products that don't work. I've got you guys. I've got 100 testimonials lined up. I got 100 people can talk to right now and go, yep, everything he says is true. Everything he says works. He's a little abrasive. I'm a lot abrasive. Okay. Doesn't change the fact that for what I know about the economy and marketing and distressed property, that is one thing that I know. I am the expert at that. I am equally the expert at marketing. That's a fact. I defy anybody to produce anybody who understands marketing at the level that I do and how it affects media and the psychology of it all. Right. And certainly in real estate. I mean, that's just an easy walk-off home run. And I'm telling you 100%, you have to create content, have to create content, have to create content. It's why I created the Red program. It's why I'm testing the Red program. Take advantage of the links. If you haven't signed up, give it as the gift of Christmas. You got a friend? Give it to yourself as a gift for Christmas. Enjoy.